So when you say that, unataka kuniambia the word meaningless sex has no meaning.
The word?
Meaningless sex.
Meaningless.
Meaningless.
Me, I think, okay.
Jana are you confused?
Meaningless sex has no meaning.
Truth Cafe Podcast.
Are you done? All right, man. From wherever and whenever you happen to listen to this, welcome to the Truth Cafe Podcast. I am Tito Karis.
I am Wambui.
I'm Fochari.
No, mic yako juu kidogo, bro.
Si bado ndasikika.
Haya, sawa, sawa.
Huyu kijana anakuanga aje? Unajua you are a guest here.
Sasa nijifanye mgeni. Sawa, wadau. Mgeni ametikia wito.
Anyway, guys, have you been, man? But hii podcast msikia kuna energy, watu wameshiba. I think this is the first podcast tumefanya kama watu wamekula, right? Hizo nyingine people are near death, hunger. Fochana natokanga hapa kana tutemeka.
Acha ndio wengi mbele.
Like, you know,
katikati anaanza kusema si.
Na kwanga nimejitime time za kukula.
Turapa.
Nisipokula hiyo time. It's
Okay, have you been, guys?
Mimi ni mgeni naongea mwisho. Protocol.
Imekuuma hivyo, bro. Imekuuma.
Nothing personal. Niko poa. I'm okay.
How is staying at home? Routine
Boring
ile.
as fuck. Routine ile. Hakuna kitu, bro.
Jepata hobby.
Manze,
Told you to get a hobby, man.
I told you my hobby is cooking, and if I start cooking, I'll get fat.
And what is wrong with being fat?
I don't want to be fat.
But there's no problem with being fat.
What are you? I'm sorry. My
Tutarekodi hii podcast kweli leo.
Wow.
My week has been fine.
My boy, this is what happens when you feed a human being. Anyway,
my week has been fine. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Quarantine inanipeleka vizuri sana. Yeah.
It's all right, man. Okay, let's get into it. Mnanibamba sana leo. I'm happy for you guys. Anyway. So there was a discussion, yeah. I think Kina Obra were having. There's I don't know, there's a vlog or a podcast. It's called Sensei or something of the sort. And they were having a discussion about sex before marriage and what not. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about it in this time and age, in this era, the 21st century, where everything seems to be sexual. Like everything is sexualized. Wanasemanga sex sells. So I even noticed, do you watch K24?
Yes.
Do you notice how they usually have a long shot of the lady so that one mapaja zao?
Yes.
Alafu nguo imefika hadi huku juu.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
But their bulletins are different compared to any other like TV stations.
No, but
after they revamped it, it's like it now became more vibrant and whatnot.
No, but I think they're selling those styles to us.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Like wanakuanga na kalong shot tu fulani specific tu.
Mapaja.
Mapaja, alafu slit ndio hiyo. Uko like, bro. I'm sure if you are to have statistics, I'm sure many men will watch K24 than women.
It is what it is.
Well, even women, you know, it's 21st century. But talking about sex before marriage, I think it's something that is possible. But it takes a lot of it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes two,
because
to make it happen.
Mmoja anaweza kubali na kupenda lakini atacheat.
Yeah. If two people are into it, then it's possible. But if ni mtu mmoja, normal.
Because I think the problem I'd have is if that idea didn't come from me.
What?
Like dem akuja niambie nataka to date lakini bila sex.
I think that'd be cool.
I think
At this point in time, that is something I'd prefer.
Mwenye ndoana ya kutosha.
Like, yeah.
Been there, done it.
Yeah, I think maybe
been there, done it.
Actually, right now, I think
the OG.
It's just it's a wild wish.
Hata ananona.
Yeah.
Because he's keeping everything to himself.
At this point in time, I think it's just nice to just chill, wait for marriage. I just want to have that kind of an experience because I've had this other experience before, and I just want to know, like, how does it feel to wait?
But you can't wait if you've already done it.
I mean, the point is, like, if to date the next chick, we don't.
Okay, so here's the thing: if you start dating somebody and then you start having sex in the relationship, and then after some point, you just come out with that information, with that statement that you owe me, I just enough sex. I just want to sit down and wait for marriage. After you've already had sex, it's gonna be a problem.
That can't work. That can't work
gonna be a
because
problem.
it's a selfish decision to make.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Speaking out of experience,
Is there something we don't know?
no, we
Okay,
know. We know.
Okay, I was just being polite.
Jesus Christ. But it's a selfish decision. Though, if it works for you, all the decisions you make, you need to consider yourself first. If it is something that is...
But you see, the reason I want to have this discussion is that our new normal? Like, I think the sex before marriage was our parents' norm. Like,
Let me tell you something.
but sahi sidhani if it can be a reality for
it's
most
a reality.
of us.
The problem is that sex has been perverted. Sex is a good thing.
Of course
Sex
it
a good
is.
thing, and it has been perverted.
You would know, sir.
I would know.
And it's been perverted in that it's not a normal thing also for people to just talk of sex.
Yeah, I think that's the other problem.
Even the people who have sex, they don't have sex conversations.
They don't talk about it.
They just come through mwili imekubali, and then how do you feel later on?
And I was actually having a discussion with someone. Like, I think sex has different variations. There is sex as a whole, as a component, is just a big ball, all right? And then there is fucking, where it's just. Then there is making love. No, honestly speaking, honestly speaking, and then there is making love. Where I think making love is where now you unasema connection. You love this person. You want, it means something to you when you.
Do you know, I feel like when you can like somebody without the
sex,
the sex bit, then I think that can be some legit thing, because in most cases you picture someone and you wonder how would you smash them, and it's very easy for you to always figure that out in the first date, in the first thing. But if you can have a relationship with someone before mfike hiyo level ya kudate, but it comes, but see it, you dwell on it, because we are sexual beings, you get to think about sex sometimes, but see it in the agenda yako kuban. No. So I think sex has been perverted, and ni sisi tunajiambia tits in our generation. There's no such thing. It has always been. Our parents went wild. We can never tell.
Did they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Ask your dad.
No.
My dad has told me.
Suicide.
My dad has told me of his love life, kind of.
But no sex life.
It's sex life.
No, it's not. So different.
Like back in the days, our parents would date people, but they never had sex with them because one, there was no means to have sex.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit naive.
Let me say this. Let me ask you a question. Something like pornography. When did it start? You think it started with that age? No, even watu wazee walikuwa na.
But where, bro? Kama simu ilikuwa shida.
See, there were magazines. What did you tell me the other day? CDs. Burning CDs alafu unaficha chini.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Magazines,
cassettes.
Yeah.
Those things have been there. Ni vile sisi. Ni vile tunaona ni kama sisi ndo tuko modern. Those things have been there.
I think that was my first encounter though with pornography. Magazine in high school. That was wild. But anyway, I don't know, man. I think it's a very. I think we need to have more of these discussions, because I think the problem with sex in this time and age, people are not having these discussions. People are doing a lot of sex, but there is no talking.
But then whose responsibility is it to have this conversation?
Everyone.
Who is going to steer this conversation to the right direction?
You know what, Wambui? It's upon you as a person to know the value of sex in your life.
It is, yeah. And at the end of the day, it is what it is.
It is about you to know if you want to have it or not. And unajua kuna kitu nilisoma online of this guy alikuwa anajaribu kuelaborate relationships za Nairobi. You meet a chick through a friend, mna vibe 2 weeks later, you vibe ni tamu mna have. And then you realize this person, there's so many things hajakwambia about herself. Sija naishi na 20 other girls in a bed seat or somewhere. She has daddy issues. Like there's just a lot of things that amku discover na nyinyi mlienda mka have sex. That is what drives you. But I think it would have been better if you knew someone vizuri ndo ujue kama.
But see, I you saying that actually makes me realize it's not even a sex thing. And I was actually thinking about the other day, like for me and you, we've been friends for a very long time, but there's some elements of our lives we don't know about each other. And ni ile out of ignorance, like we've never sat down and asked each other like, hey, how did you grow up? How was it? Why this happened? What happened in your life? Like I think as a people, like we hardly care about the other person. Like to meet now ambo, it's about the present. Let's connect from now, moving on forward. I don't care about your high school days. I don't care how you were brought up. I don't care about your mom. And you find that it's even hard to have these discussions with even your friends. You cannot, like una feel your past is your past. Mtu hataki kukwambia about venye alilelewa na mamake. Like I think other than sex itself, I think as people we don't talk enough. Like tuna meet in the present, we look for something to bond in the present. So if it's podcast, if it's radio we're doing together, and then if it's not that, and then now we move on from that.
And then in the future we will be talking about the past present, like sasa ni kutoka kwenye tulipatana ndo tunaongelea hiyo background yake, because it's actually crazy. Like
Karis, I want you to go back to the point where you were saying there's sex, there's making love, and then there's fucking. I want you to elaborate.
Nimegusa nerve.
No, I just like I want
you thought about it, yeah?
Yeah.
No, like I don't know whether I read this or this is just an idea. I think I saw it somewhere. Like I sex as a whole is like it's a thing, ni sex, which includes fucking, making love, but when you break down sex, there are different levels to it. And by levels now, there is the fucking bit where it's just intercourse, proper intercourse.
Proper? What do you mean proper?
Inserting.
Penetration.
Yes.
Okay,
it could be work. We don't want to get into the details, boy. You get what I mean? Like
depends on what you get.
Depends on what you get. But yeah, and then now there's another level, which now is making love, which is inclusive of penetration.
Plus what?
And a whole bunch now of... Because making
what?
But
making love, there's that
what, Karis?
Touching,
but kissing. You're being touched when you're being fucked, no?
Bro,
ngoja I think that
I understand.
Fucking could actually inue shua and they're out.
Something I think what maybe Karis talking
it happens.
Like, fucking can be something like a quickie.
Exactly.
And but I think that's just someone's opinion. It depends on it. I think it's a relative thing because sorry to use this example, me and Omo can be having a thing, you know, and maybe FWB. Yeah, that's it. And the sex is good. What makes the sex good?
How you do it right, I guess.
How you bust it down.
Yes.
Honestly. You can't need to see but you like making ladies satisfied. That is what excites you.
That's what makes me happy.
That's what makes you happy in sex.
Yeah.
Now
I cannot unhear this.
So point yangu ni if it is good kulikuwa na hiyo mutual sex is so emotional. Like
in my let me interject. In my case, I think that can only happen if I have a connection with you. Yes, like it can't happen with just any random person. It cannot it's just I can't, man.
Yeah, there's some people
you just can't.
And you realize I don't know how this happens, but you realize there's some people you meet and you have a one day stand, ama one night stand, ama one bush stand, or whatever it is.
Wow, I like that.
Ama one behind the scene stand. And
bro, if examples in a sound personal sana yani.
You've thought about it.
No, just an example. And you kind of felt it.
The connection?
The sex, not the connection.
The sex.
You kind of felt. So you wonder how it got you attached to that quick. That's why I was when you bring it in a religious way, when two people have sex, they connect.
Wanasemangu napeanga mtu demon zako anabaki na zako.
Exactly, and that thing is very true. Like you realize that most people you've had sex with, ukiona mahali, you're like, you feel like there's some feeling inakujanga.
Not really, not all of them.
No, not all of them, but majority of them. When the sex was
minority.
Good, nah, bro. The people you have had sex with and you're still cool with them. I'm
actually not cool. I don't think we're gonna get into that, by the way.
There's something called soul ties. You get
uko nayo
ni venye unajifanyanga nini. You get attached to everyone you have sex with, bro. Every damn person.
Not everyone per se. Fochari. Everyone. Like okay, you at the back of your mind you can just remember you had sex with them, but then it's not everyone. somebody might just give you work sex, dude.
You will
What the hell
remember.
will
You
I-
will remember the thing.
But
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. You might remember, but it's not really a big thing. It's not a big deal. Yes, I had sex with you, but that's it.
So when you say that, unataka kuniambia the word meaningless sex has no meaning.
The word?
Meaningless sex.
Meaningless.
Meaningless.
Me, I think, okay.
Jana unaju confused.
Meaningless sex has no meaning.
According to me, I think,
Because I believe this
I
such a
think
thing.
sex
You
before
do?
marriage is meaningless.
Ah,
The reason why I'm saying sex...
chill.
chill. The reason why I'm saying... Chill. The reason why I'm saying... It's not like I'm saying like...
You will
CJ
start telling
fine,
us, so...
Chill. No. Chill, listen to me. The reason why I'm saying why sex before marriage is meaningless because aina purpose. Why do you have sex? To entertain yourself. And
So
that
that's what
is
I'm
still,
saying.
and that is not the only reason why sex was created. Sex was created for procrastination, not procreation. Sex was created for procreation, and sex was created for kuongeza mapenzi, sindio? But then
So that's what you're doing.
what is our idea of sex these days? Just having fun. Like hata saa zingine unaweza have sex because of curiosity.
For
like how
breakfast.
does it feel like to bang wamba or whatever?
Wow.
Like you see, that is
Wow, you thought about it?
That is man. Not my type.
Wow.
Wow,
2-0.
Fochari.
2-0 sasa mambo.
We're going.
2-0.
Tunakuja.
Hapana ni 2-1. Wewe ndio ulianza.
Tunakuja.
Akarudisha is 2-1.
Yeah, so
2 for Fochari, 1 for Wambui.
Sex, yes, haina purpose. We just have sex for the sake of it, and that sucks.
Yeah, honestly, I do understand, and I feel you have a valid point, but I think it's a very delicate situation, maneuvering around it and just going about it. Like, and we said this on the podcast some time back. Vitu kama hizi zinanga formula na hii maisha. Like you just have to figure it out for yourself, because I feel like what has put us in this mess in the beginning is the blueprint that apparently has been set for us out there. Like this is how you need to think of sex. This is how you need to think of relationship. This is how you need to think of love. Like, but if you forgo all of that, and now you choose your own and
you choose your own path.
like think about it.
Yeah.
Be more conscious of your decisions. I think that will make us better human beings.
The thing that we've been told about sex is not to have it until marriage. But
Yeah.
we've not been told why.
Why?
That's the
we've
thing.
been told-
Even relationships, people
That's
get
the
into
thing.
relationship and you ask them, why are you getting in a relationship? Why do
You
you
don't
want a
know.
relationship?
Yeah.
You realize
You don't even
you
know
don't you
any-
don't know why. Like, but utasema,
And until
I
people-
feel him. Oh,
And until people start having these conversations and saying, I want to get into a relationship because of this
Of
and
A,
this,
B,
you will
Cs.
always get into the same type of shit.
Yes. And you know, you have to...
na leo tuna drop bars, my friend. Wow, unajua nimekaa hivi chini nasikia tu.
Zinaingia.
Hiyo ni wisdom inatoka.
Well, talking about relationships and finding purpose in a relationship, and the why question in a relationship is for you to like not feel like for you to feel like you're in a good relationship, you have to be whole yourself. Like wewe mwenyewe lazima ukuwe umefika kiwango yenye unaweza datika.
Yeah.
You have to be your own person.
Yes, you have your own
Yes.
principles. Even if it comes to sex, and even if you can merge sex into this conversation, is that I think people need to talk about sex before the relationship.
Dating. Yeah, man. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Let's say,
Let's
like,
have this talk.
Let's have this
we'll
talk.
have it.
And let's be comfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
And let's not pervert
Yes.
the discussion.
Let's-
Because
yeah.
many a times I know guys are guilty of this.
Oh,
Yes,
Jesus.
yes.
They throw the
Oh my
sex in the
God.
discussion and then now they start perverting.
Or-
They'll be like,
or
"Ooh."
flirting.
Yes.
Or the lady. I've had a chick who told me, let's wait until married. But see those days nilikuwa bado mtu akuteba mbali, and I was like, I flew with
Kisu, Simba.
I flew with the conversation, but at the back of my mind I was like, I'll change too. But then I realized later on that no, I don't have to.
But did you ask her why though?
I understood.
No, did she have a valid reason? Because I think, look, and I think this.
No.
I think
Most of the times I don't think we
people
have.
understand.
Yeah.
Because
most of the times we don't have a valid reason. Because we have not had these conversations, Karis.
and you see the problem happens you try and cage your demons, and the day you let them go, bro,
Unakuja na mimba.
ile day unaachilia.
Au ndo wenye wanakujana na mimba.
Yeah, because
understand.
for the longest time you've been like you've had this idea.
So whose responsibility is it to have this conversation? Who is supposed to be steering these conversations?
If you were not taught by your parents, then you need to figure it yourself. I also learned that everyone has a daddy issue or mommy issue or something like that.
Yeah.
Everyone is attached to their parent in one way or the other. You can be having some characteristics. Kumbe babaka alikuwa mzee.
the same way, your mini father.
Yeah.
Baba yako alikuwa na pepeta.
Yeah, so you see that is a daddy issue. You can be blaming a chick that she's not had a relationship with the dad, but now wewe ukijangalia unadinyana juu babaka alikuwa anadinyana.
Trend sensor. Kudinyana seems so
vulgar.
Kumbuka faili. Tu kijana alikuja tu ananiambia naweza kudinya.
No, but back to what Fochari was saying. I think, and today we're just going to speak on sex, wellness, awareness in relationships. And I think it's a very important discussion we need to have. Because as you're saying, I think many a times, as guys, as ladies, we have too much shit going on with our lives, personal baggages that, you see, having baggage is not a problem. The problem comes in when you're not even aware of it.
Yes,
and it's affecting everything.
And it's affecting everything. Yeah, you find yourself lashing out on people.
Yes.
You are not dateable. You don't have emotions. And you see, you don't even know why. Huelewi hata ni kwa nini happen.
Yeah.
But you see when you sit down and when you're like, and I feel like, and I'm happy for me rather. I think I talk to my mom and she tells me these things. Like alikuwa hivi. My mom used to sneak out of school. Then when she tells you such a thing, my dad was a bully in high school. When they say these things, when they say
the son.
Exactly.
The product.
But you get my point.
Yeah.
When they tell you these things, you realize, oh, now I know.
So it's not me.
It is not. It is them. It is them to blame them.
Yeah.
But you see, it's also good what to do with the information.
Yes, but you work on it. Like like for another example, I don't take alcohol. At first, I thought it was just me being rebellious because I've never been. I don't like following trends. I was like, because everybody's doing it, I'm not gonna do it. But later on, what I came and realized is, and because I had a discussion with my dad and my mom, my name is Titus Karaoke Mugu. That's the exact name for my grandfather, who is the father to my father. This man died because of liver cirrhosis. Liver cirrhosis ni ugonjwa ya pombe. Alikunywa akakufa. So you realize, and my mom was telling me, if you're not careful, if today you decide to start drinking, you're gonna end up
like him.
Yeah.
Like him, exactly. So after I was told that, even if I find myself in a very, very difficult position, like I feel like I wanna try it, I wanna do it, I'm like, no, because now I know what's at stake. I am aware of why I'm not taking alcohol and why I will never take it, because you these things you don't understand. Kuna watu ni walevi huku nje. Tunawa blame, but hizi ni amebeba from great grandfather. It's a true thing. Like, so from that forward, and the point being, like, if you talk to your parents more, ask questions and be like, you know what, why am I behaving this way?
Let me tell you, Karis, in some families, let me use my family as an example. That will not work. In fact, let me like put it on the table. My brother is called Anthony Nganga Mutembe. My father, on the other hand, is called Stephen Mutembe Mungai. So, in the Kikuyu culture, since my brother is the first boy, he's supposed to be called Mungai, not Nganga. So, we don't know who Nganga is. Get what I mean? So,
Nganga wanakuanga wezi lakini, by the way. No, for real, the name
Check it, bro.
I'm sorry.
So, a few days ago, I tried bringing up that conversation. I was like, I actually asked my dad, naweza kuuliza swali? And he's like, yeah, nikikuuliza swali utanijibu nikikuuliza swali utanijibu okay, sawa. Baba yako anaitwa nani? Nilimuuliza wewe unaitwa nani? So he told me his 3 names. Nikamuuliza Anthony anaitwa Anthony Nganga. Who's Nganga? And the sister to my father, akona a son, and the son is also called Nganga. But so who's Mungai? Who's Mungai and who's Nganga? Why are you called Nganga? Why are you called Mungai and not Nganga? He didn't want to have that conversation. He's like, you know what? We're not gonna have this conversation. And it's crazy.
Did you ask him why though?
Bruh, Shana defensive. I'm like, bro. And you see some things like this, I came to understand, and I was really thinking about it. I was really thinking about it. I'm like, why the hell would you not tell me? I mean, everybody has a past.
Yeah.
Unaget, like everybody. And our parents still want to behave like heroes.
Yeah.
They don't want to be themselves.
They don't want to be vulnerable with us.
And it's stupid because me at some point, my baby is going to ask me
questions and you want to have answers.
My grandfather is called Mutembe. So I don't know anybody else called Mutembe in the side of
your child might not know the culture.
But you see, that's not a good thing. That's not luck, my friend. Because hata kama hujui, mashetani zitakufuata bro. Utaza kama laya na ujima umalaya imetoka.
Na unajua nini? Sasa hata utakuwa ukijua anything.
So you'll be lashing out on this kid of yours. Kumbe this kid is an exact replica of some nganga you never knew even about. Just because you don't know, it won't change anything. And this thing, like in our family, I have seen, like kwetu we have another karaoke. This karaoke now is like my grandpa. Exactly.
Mulevi chakari.
Up to now, nobody knows his whereabouts. Honestly speaking, like that's how bad it is. But you get
damn it.
You realize these things are actually true.
Yeah, they happen, man.
So whether angekuwa ameambiwa babu yako alikufa na pombe ama asijue, si bado ni mlevi na anaweza hata end up hivyo kama babu yangu.
So, I think we need to do better because this is a time that things are changing and we are realizing that we need to have these conversations.
Yeah, man.
And we have the power to start having these conversations, and the meetings that we have as youths, we need to and create a safe space for people to become vulnerable. And you see, the thing is,
so for me, this is something I've been doing for a while, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. It was just unconsciously. The people I have been with dating, you realize I am personally invested in their background. Like I'm curious, like genuinely, like tell me, okay, I know you have a single mother, but what happened to your father? You get, like, how did that affect you as an individual? Because I wanna know, so that when I see you behaving in some type of manner, I can understand it. Because you see, at times you just date someone innocently and they start behaving in a manner you don't understand, then
you don't do
unahepa because but if you understand, you'd have more patience and endurance towards this human being. So, and I feel that's something most of us don't do. Because my dad anaambiaga sister yangu, wewe enda Nairobi tu upende kimutu. Hata dada anaishi kwa Manyata. Ana kwao because my dad kama kuna my dad hates is how Nairobi typical guys are. Because kijana saa ameoga kwa iPhone, amepiga suti, lakini hajai kuwa kwao tangu 10 years ago. Hajui hata ushago kwao kuna kaa aje.
My dad has the same issues.
Hana watu wakao hawajua na kuanga wapi. Unaoa kimutu mkienda kwao.
My dad he advised that at least someone who has a background, like
have a background, kuna kwao
wako Nairobi, lakini
kuna kwao
wanaweza rudi.
Hapo ndo unaanzianga
because this is very very important.
Utapata unaolewa kwa familia ya mchawi, utafanya aje? Umependa mtu lakini kwao ni wachawi bro.
Kisi na wanakimbianga.
David.
But you see, these are things that are true, but as young people tunapendaga ku behave like aziko. You honestly amboy leo you like me, all right? And you found out kwao ni wachawi.
I like who?
Meow. Now, and you find out kwao ni wachawi. Do you want to tell me you'll still stick on that love thing of yours?
Nah, man.
Na ati kwao ni wachawi. Like, yende inakuwa passed on from generation to generation. But, and you realize now you end up finding yourself in fixed situations, permanent situation for your life.
It just prepares you for the future. I think it's important for us to have those conversations.
But you also need to be careful of what influences your life. Like, if I can ask you guys, what do you think influences your life?
Poverty, bro.
No, that is okay. Explain.
Like, when I say poverty, look, I know where we've come from as a family, like hardships and whatnot. So I know I don't want to end up there.
And it's the same thing.
You get? I know that for a fact. Yes.
What influences?
I think it's the same thing.
But there are other things that influences your life, like the things you allow inside your mind.
Oh yeah. External.
The conversations you entertain. You know, poverty makes you know where you want to go, where you're from, and where you know. But then what affects your day to day?
What you take.
It's everything around you.
Truth Cafe Podcast.